Hello and welcome. My name is Dr. Sodder Please. So today, I just feel like I want to say something I don't know what I want to talk about, but I will let this relate to me, okay? So anyway, I'm so tired. But anyway, I'll start by saying, don't you feel like, I feel like, I feel like I'm at a place in my life, right, where I have this sense of peace. Not because I have all the money in the world, I don't even have it, but it's coming. Not because I have the most, like, material things, right? None of that. I have this peace, knowing that God will always guide me every step of the way in this season. And this peace comes from knowing God. I'm not religious, I would say that, right? I think one of the greatest things I've done this year so far is learning to trust God, because I remember sometime this year when I lost my job, I said God want to humble me, I remember I cried, and my eyeballs were so swollen and very painful that I could not cry any longer because oh my God. But then I realized one thing. I realized that I was living on survival mode, that my life revolved around this job, and when it was taken away from me for a very long time, for the last couple of weeks, I felt so empty, so lost. And in the midst of being lost, I found comfort in God. Because, to be honest with you, the old me would have been all over the whole place. I would have cried. I would have, not just cried, like I said, I've cried. I would keep on crying and freaking out. What will happen? How will my rent get paid? Where will I get money from? For once in my life, I'm not even worried about that. I'm saying to God, it is how you want it to play out. I'll just let it play out. I'll be obedient and just let it play out. Because sometimes you just have to let God be God. And go through the process. I know most of you, you have not seen me in a situation like this, right? So it's kind of new, being emotional. I promise not to cry. But the thing is, when we are faced with a situation like this, I don't know what you're going through. Anybody that will come across this video, I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what your situation is like. But I want you to know, either you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, whatever you believe, I just want you to hold on to that thing. I know that it is all going to work out. It is all going to be, it is all going to be okay. Yes, I know it's not easy. Yes, I know things are difficult. Yes, I know you don't have anybody to turn to. But you can turn to that thing you trust. Like I turn to God. Because for once in my life, I feel like when this thing happens to me, I don't ask. I'm not used to asking for help. I don't like asking for help. But I have asked a couple of people for help. And, when you're faced with difficulty, that's where you know who are the real ones and who are the fakes. And during your difficult period, people will knock you down. People want to break you so badly. People want to hurt you so badly to have something to say. People want to belittle you that you're not doing enough. They want you to say something so that they can feel like this sense of joy or happiness that they've accomplished something. If I can say something to you, is to be still. Hold on to your peace. Sometimes the greatest power you have is to be silent, not to say a word. That's your greatest power you have in this world. Let them call you a fool, let them call you all sorts of names, but it's your greatest power. This period, this season, I like to be silent, not because I don't know how to respond to people. I believe it's God working through me, because usually me, if you come for me, I'll come for you 10 times worse. You take it at all? Say something, I'll say one thing, I'll trash you. But in this season, even when I want to talk, I'll get distracted.